Root or word. Here we go. All right, everyone. Welcome to the Coffee Club. I know we already did this, but we're doing it again. It's every other Friday. We're building relationships, hanging out at the Coffee Club. And right now we're going to go on out to Elise Kabakoff out of LA. Go ahead and tell us about you.
Hi, everybody. Elise Kabakoff. I am the greatest knitter and crocheter in the world. And every year I help hundreds of people find uniquely handcrafted gifts. And that's all.
And where are you located?
I am located in the San Fernando Valley portion of Los Angeles, where it's actually going to be lovely today, but it's going to be triple digits by next week.
Ouch. And who is that lovely thing in the seat of the scooter?
Okay, well, this is one of our products. It's Lucky Ducky, and I took him to Europe with me last year. As a matter of fact, a year ago today, my sister and I were in Santorini. So there's a video on my YouTube channel of Santorini. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's pretty funny. And so he's kind of the company mascot. He goes to lots of different places. I've actually shipped him to different places and people are starting to send photos and videos. So if you don't have a ducky yet, please consider getting one and taking him with you. And when you travel or when you just do everyday things, then send photos along and we'll put them on the YouTube.
Do you have a website we can go to get that?
Yes, it's www.knitmesomi.com. And up at the top in the menu bar, there's a shop option and you click there and it's in the babies, children, and toddlers section of the online store.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you. All right, awesome. Let's go on out to Miss Kathy Weaver.
Thank you so much, my friends. I'm Kathy Weaver in Kansas City, Overland Park, Kansas, if you know the area. And I have been full-time for almost 16 years now, a couple more months, and there I am. I'm excited like cray-cray. The good news is March 2024, my company will actually be 50 years as an industry leader in water technology. I'm so excited for all these big numbers that are coming up because it is so fun to share across the globe what Kangen water can do for you, your household, your family, and your office. I also have written 3 books, all 3 of which are recorded on my YouTube channel, which means for you, they're free. Kathy Weaver KC is the name of my channel, and I'd love to connect with each and every one of you. Thank you, Debbie, for always being such a huge supporter of my books and my business. Back to you, Michelle.
Awesome. And you can also go to kathyweaverkc.com and find out more about the Kangen water. Is that correct?
That is more than correct. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Awesome. And where are you located?
Overland Park, Kansas, right in the center of the good old USA.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, let's go on out to Pat Little. Tell us about you, Pat.
Oh, hello, everybody. I'm glad to be here again. I always love Coffee Club. It's just a great way to get together with each other. Anyway, I'm in Vancouver, Canada, and it's a sunny day here today, which is great. I am a consultant for 10 years. Our anniversary was June 23rd, which we launched and opened up Canada. And I was on their board and I just was so excited when that happened. So I'm very grateful for Life Vantage and where it's taken me. And my big mission in life is I really want to educate people so they really, really have a total understanding what it really means to activate the cells of the body. So it's a totally different thing than giving a supplement. It's activation of the cells. And that's what I want to do so people can make their own decision once they understand what it is. So I'm here for anybody to talk to. I'd love to chat with you and see what you're all about too. So that's me. So thank you so much. And I also wrote, I didn't write it. It was an ebook, which Denise helped me so much with. Denise Vargas, she's absolutely fabulous because I don't know how to do that Canva and all that stuff. I'm not very good at that stuff. I must admit. So anyway, she helped me with an ebook. It's called 6 Myths Revealed on Wellness. I'd love to gift it to anybody that wants it. Just send me your email and I'll send it off to you. Thank you.
You're welcome. And does your, I know Kathy's works. If you can't remember what the website is, your QR code, anybody
No,
on
that doesn't work now, honey. That's I've got to get rid of this because it's
okay. So is there a way that people can reach you, Pat? Do you have a website?
Oh, you bet. No, my company's website, which is patlittle.lifevantage.com. And of course, on Facebook and LinkedIn, I'm Pat Little. Very easy.
Okay.
Pat Little. get me everywhere you can. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and Elise, real quick, what is your cat's name?
Oh,
This is Bailey, and he weighs 21 pounds.
whoa.
Wow.
He's a big boy, and it never fails. Every time I'm on a Zoom call, he's all over me. So I decided to pick him up, and he's waving hi. And in a few minutes, he'll jump off me and probably scratch me. But he's my bud when I Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a couple cats. Usually they're all over me too, but right now they're sleeping, I guess.
Yeah.
My big one like that is over there. So he's looking at me now. All right, let's go on out to Terry Ann.
Hey, I know that person.
Oh
I
I
I
met her.
heard her somewhere. Yes. I'm Terry Ann Gordon. I'm in the Kansas City area. I was just checking the weather for my husband. It looks like Taylor Swift is going to be singing in the rain this weekend.
Awesome.
And from what I've seen, people stand in the rain to watch her. Anyway, I am the best women's small group speaker in the area, in the world. I help you change your perspective so that you can start to get rid of those lies of negative self-talk. It's time to get rid of those lies. Find your new possibilities, seek out new pathways, and proceed in truth towards your success. I'm in the Kansas City area. I do have 2 books on Amazon, and I followed Miss Kathy Weaver's prelude there, and I decided to read mine right into YouTube. If you want to see them for free, you can. She's just leading the way. Thank you very much, Debbie. I appreciate that. It's knit and crochet terms in a biblical Bible study. It is not deep. It's not in depth. It's just to help you stop and change your perspective a little bit and think about it. And that's me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. We just recently did the tea time with Terry Ann. I just
Yes,
love
we
it.
did.
The cup. I love the cup. I love everything about it. So thank you for doing
I
that.
was, I tell you, your story was so wonderful. I was so happy you got to share it there.
Oh, thanks. And I really hope that somebody sees it and really finds value. So that's the whole point of that. All right, let's go on out to Debbie Miller.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I am a global legal shield associate, though our company has only gotten so far to all of North America, but we love making connections all around the world so that because we know our friends, even in other places, Australia and Europe, no friends here that we can help and that will need our help. I love that our company is an affordable company so that you, your family, and your small business, even your employees, can have access to law firms in your area to keep everybody safe and focused on what they need to be focused on. I love that it's a family plan so that when our children go off to college, even up to 26 years old, full-time students can still have the app on their phone and touch the button if something arises in their situation and causes all kinds of stress, especially for mom, probably back at home. It's a great way to help reduce stress, even for our with our identity protection, because someone else is watching your back to keep you safe. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate your
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, Marty, you're up next. Tell us about you. And it's really great seeing you. I've missed you.
Thank you. I've missed being here. It's good to be back. So hello, everyone. My name is Marty Rocky, and I'm with Mary Kay Cosmetics. So I specialize in connecting you with skincare products that are customized for your skin type. My mission is to help you fall in love with your skin for life using products that make your life easier and for you to look and feel beautiful inside and out. So just remember how old you are, that's your business, but how young you look is my business. And I have been using Mary Kay for 50 years, a consultant for 27, and we are celebrating our 60th year. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Awesome. And I do see David back there. Do you want to say hi?
Hi,
So what do you do, David?
I just wanted to break up the party.
Okay. You want to say your tagline? You want to know?
Oh, that's okay. You guys go ahead. We're tied. I'm tied up in support both for Agora and the Max community right now.
Okay, so we'll say, I just want to give you an opportunity.
Thanks. Miss you at the Brainy Brunch.
Yes, I miss you guys. I will be back soon. All right. I'm Michelle Cruz. We're going to go out to Sandy in just a second and she'll tell you everything she wants to tell you. I have no idea what we're going to learn today, but I know it's going to be amazing. So anyway, I'm Michelle Cruz. I am in the Northeast Kansas over in Gardner, Kansas. I am the girl with lots of hats now, so I'm just going to claim it. So anyway, I'm Cook Construction. I'm their marketing director. It's mostly word of mouth marketing. I'm out in the world. I'm online a little bit for that one. And then what we are is general contractors. So if you know anyone in Johnson County or up near Kansas City, give us a call. We'll give you a free estimate. We specialize in kitchen and bathrooms. And this amazing house has so many rooms, you have no idea. This is their family room. We did all.
Wow.
We're very proud of that. And the lady is amazing. I think it was like, it was just a big deal. So anyway, I loved being there. I can't wait to go back and get more because I found out so much more it was done and getting ready to be done. And so I'm really excited about this project. I'm also with Legal Shield along with Debbie. We love helping, empowering, and protecting individuals, families, and small businesses. We have legal plans and identity theft plans. So if you don't have your will done, talk to Debbie or I. We can help you out with that. Or if you just have a question for an attorney in your state or any other state, just give us a call. We got you covered. And then I love my Kangen water machine because that's why we're on Kathy's team. A lot of us on this call. And if you're not, talk to one of us. We'd love to help you. And then I'm a grandma of 4. I love my amazing kids and my kids, but for some reason, there's this different kind of love with grandkids. But anyway, I just love being here. I'm part of the coffee club. This is our group. We meet every other Friday. And now we're going to announce our great speaker from Iowa. She's amazing. She's the greatest bookkeeper in the world. And she can help answer your questions. She even has a little call, accountability call a couple times a week. Just talk to her about that. But I'm going to give the mic over to Sandy Abbate out of Iowa.
Well, thank you, Michelle. Kathy, I saw you raise your hand. Did you want to say something real quick?
Yeah, I just wanted to take a picture so we can make sure that everybody knows they were here with fabulous Sandy. Ready, set, go. Got it. Thank you, Sandy.
All right. Thank you. I had a feeling that's what it was, but you never know. So yes, my name is Sandy Abbate. This was really kind of a spur of the moment with holidays and stuff, me speaking today. But, like Michelle said, I'm the world's best bookkeeper out there. So I thought I would sit here and talk about bookkeeping with you for 20 minutes. How many of you guys would like that? All right. You guys are just either really sad or, are just trying to keep me happy. I'm not going to talk about bookkeeping. This can tie into the bookkeeping, but not necessarily. We are going to talk about our to-do list. Who sits there and can wake up in the morning and have, a full page of things to do on that to-do list? How many of you get overwhelmed seeing that list and at the end of the day, sit there and go, okay, well, I got this, and this done, but these things over here were the ones that I really needed to get done, and they're still there. So I sat there, and first time that I really took a hold of wasn't even a to-do list. It was just my task. What am I spending my day doing? Was the first year that we decided to homeschool our kids. I had all this extra stuff piled on me, plus taking care of 3 kids. They were home all day. I was feeding them. I literally would get up in the morning and make them a breakfast. They didn't get just a bowl of cereal. It was really a hands-on deal with them. But my housework was suffering. And I couldn't figure out how to get the house has to stay clean. The kids need to be educated and happy, but the house does need to be clean. And so my husband did. He sat there and said, you know, for a week, I want you to write down everything you do and about how long it takes. That was my first exposure to really doing a task audit. And, you know, after I started the business and started hearing different people, I realized that it actually had a name. What we decided at the time was that where I was spending my time was where I needed to be spending my time. And so me and my husband came up with a different solution on getting the house clean. No, we did not hire a maid. That would have been fabulous, but we spent the weekend cleaning the house, and then we would go and do, you know, a little family outing. So, you know, eventually everything can get done. It's just a matter of really prioritizing it. The first thing I always suggest is that, you know, you take a normal week and you write down what you're doing. And then from that, you really do need to go in and decide what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done. Okay. Because some of the stuff, you know, waking up in the morning and scrolling through your social media, yes, it's important, but a lot of times we're doing it aimlessly without a purpose. No, make it to where when you do pick up and go through your social media, that there's a reason why you're there. And that reason can be because you want to see what your family and friends have been doing all week. You know, nothing's wrong with that, but there's got to be a purpose so that when you do sit down, you complete that purpose before you go on to the next thing. The other thing that I find is useful, figure out about how long it is that you take doing, you know, your to-do list, you know, one particular item. You know, I work with a social media coach. She sits there and says, really, if you're going in with purpose, you really don't have to be on LinkedIn for more than 20 minutes a day. You know, if you're really slow in business and really need, you know, that exposure, you know, maybe do that 20 minutes twice a day. But, you know, 20 minutes is normally all it takes, you know, and you sit there and you decide, am I going in there to look over my notifications? Am I going in there to do search for new connections? Am I going in there to post? You know, go in there with the purpose. It really does sit there and bring that task list down. But then, you know, also sit there and make sure that you know what's urgent, what needs to go, you know, today it has to be done today. What doesn't necessarily need to be done today? What can only you do? What can you get someone else to do? Now this is all real important. I sat here and it's been a little while now, probably still less than a year. I found this app called Flow Savvy. It sits there, lets me take my to-do list, give due dates for everything, tell it how long it's going to take me to do it. And then of course, you know, I've told it what days I'm willing to work on it. And it sits there and gives me that schedule. Do I go by that schedule? No. But I know that, okay, these are the things that need to be done today. This is how much time. It's like, okay, I'm really not in the mood to do LinkedIn right now. I'd rather go do my emails. So I'm going to do my emails today. I'm going to mark it off. Then there's a reschedule button on top that I can click, and it just resets the schedule off of what I have just told it that I've done. So if anyone's interested, I'd be happy to drop that link in the chat. And I forgot to hit my timer, so I have no idea where I am on minutes. But we can open it up. Do you guys have any comments or questions?
Well, please definitely do put that, the name of that into the chat so I can make sure that I heard correctly the word.
Yep. Nope. I've got that link in there. So. And what I like about it is that I actually use another app for my notes. And that sits there will allow me to make my own to-do lists off of, whatever I'm doing at the time. So then I just move those notes over, or those to-do lists over. And nothing's set in stone. If you sit there and put something in there that you don't get to. I know I've got, a ton of books that I keep meaning to look up and just put on a reading list. And I normally will sit there and put that in to do like on a Friday or Saturday. If I don't get to it, I just go in there and change the date. So yeah, if you get in there and have any questions, just shoot them over to me and I'd be happy to answer them.
Do you find the time blocking feature of that to be more very helpful to you?
Not as helpful as I would like. And I've looked at a couple other apps. What I would like is that more of a color code system that, I can sit there and say, I want to spend 3 hours a day doing things in the color green, so that I could, really put in the time where I need to. So a lot of times for that, like my client work, I want to make sure that I'm spending, an hour every other day, maybe, depending on the client. So I'll actually put them in with a designated time. Again, if I don't get to them at that time, I can go in there and change it. But at least I know that that task has to be done and it's got a time that, the schedule can't mess up. But yeah, no, originally I would like to sit there and say I'm spending 4 hours on clients, 2 hours on networking, and then 2 hours on follow up and other admin tasks. But we all know that doesn't always work.
Sandy, is this system good for people who are not savvy yet at list making? Some people don't work for lists. Some people are kind of off the cuff. Does this system of yours actually work for people who are not listers?
I think so, because it's going to make the list for you. I mean, you're just basically going in there, telling it what you have to do, how long it should take, and when it should be done by. And then it's going to put it in the schedule for you. It does sync with Google. So my Google Calendar is there. So if I do have, appointments and stuff, it is putting everything around it for the most part. Some of it I sat there just because I was getting too many network events that I've moved myself to being available for appointments during those times. So there I'll get overlap with stuff that I should be doing, but yeah.
So everyone talk at once. Thank you so much for that, Sandy. We can keep talking. I mean, tasks are really, some people have a lot of issues with them. I have done what you've done over time because I didn't know how to really keep that all together, but I learned it from my dad on the bills anyway, where I have always had a notebook where if you get paid every 2 weeks, you write down everything you need ahead of time, at least a month behind, so you always know what to plan for. And so with that really helped me when I got my own business, because I was like, I knew to start writing down. And so things that you want to get done, because if it isn't somewhere where you can see it every day, then you're not going to know what you need to get done, and you're going to forget half of that list and wish that you still had, like more time, and you don't have more time. We all have the same amount of time. And so we got to spend, less time trying to figure out what is it I got to do next. So I love that. I'm a paper gal though.
Me too.
So my task list, I'm crazy. I probably waste so many trees, poor trees. But anyway, I've always been one to write it down. But since a couple years ago, I'm sorry, I started I had a planner. And I literally still have one, but you know where it's been for 3 months sitting in there not being used because I'm putting everything on my phone now and I'm color coding with my phone. And I still do jot down a little bitty notepad and then I get to mark off because that's exciting. And there's something that mentally happens. And I know Zig Ziglar talks about that and Jim Rohn talks about stuff like that. And it really does work because you feel like you are, and my word for the year is accomplished. So I'm working on a few things that I'm excited about. So this task thing was perfect timing for the things that I'm not putting on my list, Sandy. So appreciate that. Because if I want to get these books done, I need to not just do it whenever. And the Lord told me to take 2 solid days off and basically go on vacation by myself and be alone is what he's pretty much put on me. Because that's the time I'm going to need to, because that's when I do my best time is when I'm just hanging out by myself and we get too busy. And so last week, I want to share some with you guys. I got pulled over. What day was that? And okay, so I was in a construction zone. Legal Shield's great. And I would have had to hire an attorney at a 25% off the hourly discount instead of them just working this out. Anyway, I was going a little too fast in the school zone. I was trying to get back to work. And I think it was Monday. And the Lord, and I already knew this because things I'm messing up my not taking notes and task oriented. So now everything's getting done that I need to get done. And it's important to other people too. So anyway, I've been having, I'm like, I know the Lord and I are already talking about, I need to slow down. I need to eliminate things that are not working for me. I need to write this stuff down and get, back into that mode on certain things. And so anyway, I got pulled over and I always print off my car insurance. I was rushing back to the office because I forgot my phone, but I went ahead and went to Walmart, went to the house, and I was on my way back. And before I left, I thought, because the Lord and I were talking, is like that insurance card you didn't print off and your husband's been griping at you. And yeah, you had the next one sent because you know it's important. It's in the car and you left your phone at the office with your insurance. You didn't bring your tablet that we talked about before you left the house because you could have pulled it up. And he wants to see that now. I got a warning, you guys. And the warning was, this is what the policeman said. Michelle, you need to slow down. And you need to make sure the other thing is that you have your insurance card physically in this car because you might forget your phone again. And then he goes, and you need to slow down. And he said it again. I was like, okay, I get it. Thank you for no ticket. Thank you. And he asked me, why are you going so fast? It's like, I don't know. I guess I was going with traffic. And he's like, and I said, and I left my phone at work. And he's like, so you're rushing to get your phone. Is that correct? So I said, I guess so. Thank you. Have a great day. So I mean, I understand, so I do. And having a task audit, like the way that platform works is, then you are accountable and it's helping you be more organized. You have more time to do the things that you would enjoy doing and being accomplished, which is my word of the year. So anybody else have any?
And from a bookkeeper, I like the fact that you're writing down bills ahead of time because it's easier to make the money before the bills due than trying to find the money after the bills due.
Exactly.
So I always sit there and say, you need to have those bills written out at least a month ahead. So you know that when they're due, you're going to have the money to pay them.
Well, I'm always planned out till so right now I'm out until October. So, that's just me though. That's how more than a month I need now. I need to know what my goal is for the next 6 months,
Yeah, no.
Anyone
Because
else?
I do. Yes, Terry Ann.
I have a spreadsheet and I print it out every month. All the automated bills are on the bottom. Everything is there. So I know, so it sits in front of me because I've learned if it's not in front of me, I will forget. Oh, today's the 14th and that was due on the 11th. Pay dates or the due dates and everything. So that's always right in front of me. I keep a to-do list, which I categorize by the different areas of things that I do, including paying bills is also on there. So I've got those always in front of me. And then for those times that the ping pong balls start to go, and it doesn't really fit on my to-do, but I just got this idea, I keep a ping pong ball list right beside me. So I keep these 3 clipboards stay right here right in front of my monitor so that they are always right there and I can't miss them. I have found that I'm more accountable to myself that way because now I've not only written it out, now I have to check it off.
Love it. Marty?
Yeah, so I am a paper girl and I love to make lists of things that I need to do and I love to mark it off. That's probably the best part of it is marking it off. And I love to have a planner, but I just haven't found that planner that just really flows with me. And I've tried several different ones and I mean, they're okay, but I'm just not clicking with them yet. So, but I appreciate you sharing that app, Sandy, because I will try that.
Right. And as far as planners go, because I'm with you, I'm a paper person and I'm, right there with you. I can't find that planner that is set up the way I want it to be. I was sitting there looking at some of the digital planners. And I know that's not paper, but so let me finish before you sit there and
No.
start tuning that out. A lot of those planners are now being made on Canva. And so you go and make that planner on Canva the way you want it to fit your needs, and then you just print it out.
Really?
Yeah. Another one, Marty, you're able to go to Mardell's, the Christian bookstore up at, I think it's Metcalf and Blue Park Way or something. Anyway, I got one and I really like it. So if I was 100% into my paper mode on that, I love this. My daughter got it for me, but they have all different variations and it's got scripture in it. It's amazing.
Yeah, so Hobby Lobby I've gone into, because Hobby Lobby's real close to me, so they have a bunch of ones that are kind of, I think they're their brand or anyway. I just haven't pulled the plug on it. I purchased one in the beginning of the year and I just think, okay, just keep using it. You'll get used to it, but I haven't gotten used to
Get
it.
used to it. I know it. I know how you feel. It's got to be perfect for your personality and what you want to write down. Because I take all kinds of crazy notes. And so what I've come to do though, instead of carrying the planner around more and more, I'm doing this. I have 2 books right now every year. And it's one of those composition books because they're bound and they don't have the wire. Because because I will sit there and pick at the metal or that'll get caught on something. So I've been using these. And so each year I write the year and sometimes it goes into the next year because of how much I use it and what so anyway, and I'll write on the front in the little area. And like this one is my online networking book. And then the other one is for construction and some other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is great ideas today. Thank you. Glad I came.
Who's next?
I found this planner from Blue Sky. It's a tabbed planning calendar. This is the 3rd year I've used it. I used to use a Franklin. Well, I was working full time and I was taking it to work and I had things to do. But once I started working from home, I thought that was an awful lot of paper to be wasting. So I found this planner and I write everything in pencil. I also have like paper lists too. But on my calendar, I have all the things I want to do. And then when I finish them, I take a green felt pen and I check them off so I can look and see, oh my God, look how much I got done. And it also, each month also has notes pages. So you can write notes in there. And I got this thing at Walmart. And then when I have 4 bills that I pay, my husband pays some others. But when the bill comes, I circle it, I put it on the floor in a paper clip, but in red felt pen, I write the date that it has to be paid. So that stands out for me. And then I know that like next Thursday, I have to pay one of my business's Amex bills. So I find that helps me a lot. And because I do it in pencil, if, people sometimes they have to change a Zoom call or, things happen and stuff like that and you have to reschedule. So I find if I do it in pencil, it doesn't get to be like a major mess if there's a lot of stuff going on. But I keep this right below where I'm sitting. And but I do have paper lists that I go through and also do things. And then once most of the list gets done, I rewrite it. I combine everything, rewrite it on another list. And that way I've got something smaller to work from.
No. And I keep saying this is going to be the year that I go paperless, but I'm still printing out so much stuff. I've picked up new binders while they were on clearance. So knowing that I'm going to get them filled. But I really just got tired of spending the money on the planners that I was altering too much, or there was just stuff in them that I didn't like.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I
So
really love your Canva idea. That's amazing. And so yeah,
Yeah.
I'm stealing that. I'm taking that. I'm gonna do that because then I
Yeah.
have what I need. Even for just notepads. You just gave me some bright
Mhm.
ideas. I
right.
can put
right
whatever I
now.
want at the top. I can
Mhm.
design the page. I can print it off. I can bind it if I want to. I mean, yeah.
Right. No,
mean-
I will sit there and buy other people's um stuff that they've made. You guys all know that I'm into canning and keeping a full pantry.
Mm.
So there is a lady who sat there and does kind of a year planning session with it, doing your inventories, making sure that what you're buying, what you're canning is getting used. And so we go in. She liked to sit there and say once a quarter. I go in maybe twice a year and really clean out everything, move things that need to be ate up towards the front. Because the whole purpose is not to waste anything. But yeah, I bought her little setup for I think like $8 3 years ago. And yeah, I'm printing that out monthly, putting it down. And we do our menu plan in there. And actually, I quit doing that. I may still do my menu plan because I find that waking up, not knowing what I'm going to eat that night, then that's all I think about throughout the day. No, it really sits there. For me, has been a time saver. Sitting down, I'll actually plan out my menu now for a month, to where I'm not sitting there trying to figure out what we're going to eat the next day.
I need that help right there because I have no idea. So yeah.
And some months are better than others. I still haven't done July.
And I'm not very creative apparently because I don't know. I'm pretty basic on stuff like that. And my husband's like, how do you not know to throw? Because after he comes home and if he makes something or he tells me exactly step by step, and the only thing that irritates him is I need to write this stuff down or something because I'm like, how did you do that? Just move, I'll do it and just watch. And I'm like, okay. And he makes the most amazing things out of stuff we already have ready, and I'm like, I'm just not that creative. I didn't think about that. I didn't think it through. He goes, how can you not? It's all right here. Like, I don't know. It's just like watering the garden when he has to tell me that still. So, I mean,
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got it.
And a lot of times it's just a matter of the more you get in and start using the recipes, eventually you'll sit there and start thinking, ooh, this would be good in there. That would have been good in there. I can do this instead of using that.
Yeah, and I already do that.
And
So that's the part I
Mhm.
do have, but that's when I, like, oh, I really want to make my certain things, but I always add whatever I have on hand. So like it may have this in it at one time and the next time, like my chili, I make different almost every time with different meat even. And then my tamales I made homemade. I went by the instructions and thought, you know what, this doesn't have any flavor. So I'm adding the broth to the bone broth. I use bone broth now all the time. So I use bone broth in the masa, and you wouldn't believe the difference in the taste. I was just like, wow.
Yep.
And so yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Mhm.
But I
Yeah.
don't have creativity on a daily mode. So I really need to get some kind of schedule thing, a task builder for that, and just maybe plan, like you said, for a whole month at a time. I'm going to start with this week, like let's plan this week out. So yeah, and then add to it, I guess, just like the bills, what do you want to have? What do you need to buy? And when do you need to make it? And I really need to work on that. So
Yeah.
so I
No,
appreciate that.
no, the one thing I get yelled at all the time is when you've got that recipe in front of you and you're making the changes to it, write it down. I can't think of how many times someone will sit there and say, you've made this so many times and we see that you pull out the same recipe. but it never tastes the same.
Right.
It's always good.
Yep.
It just never tastes the same.
Yeah. I'm notorious for doing that. My sister's even worse than me, but I also do that with knitting and crochet patterns. So
Mhm.
when I go through and I start changing things, I always write it down or leave Post-its, because that way when I go back to make something another time, and it could be a month or a year or whenever it is, I know what I did and I can follow along that I made some notes.
Right.
Real helpful.
Hmm.
Mhm. Mhm.
I have one thing for Debbie and for Michelle. I have ID Shield, and I got a notification that my email, my personal email, was compromised. And so I got on my account and I saw that it was my password too. So I went ahead and changed it right away. And then I got another message, and then, but it was just the email. So I called, and this really nice guy on the phone, I told him what was going on. He verified my identity. And then he told me what was going on, and that all I needed to do was change my password, and which was great. But I was part of a medical group that had a hack, and I got LifeLock free for a year. I never heard a word from LifeLock about this, but I heard it from ID Shield. So I am so thankful that you guys are here and you know, trying to keep everybody safe.
Well, we appreciate hearing the feedback. I've had lots of situations like that too. I've heard that a lot about people that have had the other companies, and then they come here and they find stuff that they never found or even communicated. So like right now I need to go on, they let me know when it expires of your social media so that you can keep working on that and keep it covered and stuff. And so it's just a great tool to have in your back pocket or in your front pocket or wherever you carry your phone. And and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
No, and it is funny, my local bank, it's a small little bank, it's not even my credit union, did a little hour meeting about a month or so ago on cybersecurity. And they sat there and said, you know, as far as they know, they're probably one of the few proactive banks, credit unions in the area that's working to protect their clients. Now, like with the Target breach a few years ago, they sat there, went and looked into their clients' accounts. Anyone that had been shopping at Target, they automatically just sent a new card. They sat there and said there was no reason to wait for someone to prove that they got your information and tried to use it. But they went in and just issued everyone new cards that shops at Target. So that was, I mean, they sat there and said, yeah, you can wait, but it's harder to fix the problem after they use it than before. So, but yes, I used Legal Shield twice last week on stupid things.
Yeah, I
mean,
just-
one of them, it was my mistake, but the company should have had a faster fix. But I went and had ordered a coffee while I was out and about, and I ordered it for the wrong location. Took 5 days for them to refund me the money.
Wow.
Isn't it funny? It takes just seconds to charge you, but days to refund it back.
And everyone just wanted to keep passing the buck. And granted, yeah, I should have been more careful when I had ordered, but
Yeah. I had to call my attorneys. I didn't have to, but I thought I'd better do that before we do something. We've been having some issues with our neighborhood, just a little bit, nothing major, just some nonsense. And so called my attorney because Kenny's wanting to put a security camera out. We thought we'd call and find out what the rules are on that, you know. And that basically the attorney said, when you're outside, even if you're on your private space, whatever it picks up, audio or video in Kansas anyway. There's nothing anyone can do to you about that. You're able to do that and record it. You know, of course you can't share it online and stuff, but to have it for either if you need to turn it into the police or if you need it just for to be aware of what's going on in your neighborhood, whatever. Just don't point it towards a pool or in someone's bedroom or the bathroom, of course, just somewhere like that, you know, but out in the public, you know, out here in the yard and out in the street, there's nothing that anybody can do because you chose to be outside is the way the attorney put it. So I'm like, okay, so hopefully that'll take care of whatever's going on. And also just, you know, we never had cameras before. So because we trust, you know, that the Lord has us protected, but it's just an unruly situation. So we just decided to do that, but it's fine. You know, you get to know by just calling and finding out what your rights are and what you're allowed to do, and then decide on your own what you want to do. So, yeah.
Yep.
So that's cool. We got kudos today. And I hope everyone here is protected, and anybody out there, you know, we got a couple of us here that can help you with that out there in the world if you need help with that. Plus, I know everyone needs skincare. I know everybody needs LifeVantage. I know everyone needs a bookkeeper that has a small business. And even if they think they don't, they probably do. And then, of course, we need to have someone that crochets and knits and sews, because I cannot. And I love to get gifts for people. So I can't wait to need to have to order some stuff, Elise, because holidays are coming. I mean, yeah, birthdays, Christmas, all that. And then, of course, we need a life coach like Terry Ann. We got to have our Kangen water. So a lot of us here online, and Kathy Weaver is the best ever, and at teaching everyone about our Kangen water. And also, I had someone talking, and it was Roseanne Newcomer who was supposed to come to the H&P today, but hopefully she'll get to come next time. And she's a long life friend of Kathy and I's, and she absolutely loves her Kangen water as well. And so she's also got a construction company locally, and I'm out in the world networking with her. And so that's been a lot of fun, and she really misses the group. And so hopefully she can come visit us sometime. And then who did I forget? We got Marty, Mary Kay, beautiful. Let's see, Debbie, with our legal show lady, and you've got a Kangen machine, right? And so we can get it from you too. So awesome. Does anybody else have any questions or comments for any of us here online today?
I hope everybody has a good weekend.
All right, ladies. Well, I'm posting this on Facebook, and I'm going to go ahead and take this recording and send it over to Sandy, and I will send it to all of you so that we can all have it for our YouTube channels. And I look forward to doing this again in a couple weeks. I have already got a hold of the person who's going to be our guest speaker, and I will post that this weekend of who that's going to be. You all know and love her. So I can't wait to share that with you. We'll just go ahead and make that a surprise.
Would it have to be
Possibly.
Kathy Weaver?
Not this time, but I'm going to ask her again soon. I always do, because she is amazing as well. All of you are. So if you guys want to be a guest speaker, please reach out to me. I would love to get you on the schedule. I got kind of a list started of making things happen of who I'd love to come speak, but anyone that wants to, just get a hold of me. I've got lots of different ways for that to happen. So, all right, everyone take care. Have a fantastic week. And
Thank you.
Thank
Bye, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Sandy,
Thank
that
you.
was a really good presentation. Thank
Yes,
you.
absolutely.
Thank you.